Hi, welcome back. In this episode, we're going to replace our fuel pump. Don't forget to subscribe and check me out on Instagram at Clara Garage, and check the notification on YouTube so you don't miss any videos. Let's get started. Alright, so our fuel pump's located in behind here. I have a video on troubleshooting your fuel pump, and I'm also making a fuel pump delete video, and I have a video on how to bypass this on the side of the road. So there's two screws in the bottom. I already have them out, so this just pops off. There should be a hook up top here and a little band that it clips onto. Mine's gone. So here's our fuel pump. So first thing we got to do, make sure we have our gas turned off. At this point, we've already troubleshot and we know that our fuel pump's bad, or we're changing it ahead of time before it goes so we have a spare to carry with us. Or we are going to be doing a fuel pump delete depending on what you're doing. And if you're doing a fuel pump delete, I got a side of the road video to help you out what you got to do on the side of the road. And then I have a video on how to do it permanently. If that video is not up yet, it's coming very soon. Alright, so first thing we got to do, there's a connector on the end of the pump here. It's one of these style connectors, so you just got to carefully get your finger in and then squeeze it so you can pull it out. So we're going to do that. Alright, so our pump is unwired now, so that's pretty easy and painless. And then the next thing we got to do, we got to get our gas lines off. I had already went ahead and slipped these, but these I've had them on and off enough I can squeeze them with my hands. Alright, so now the fuel pump is basically completely free, and I find the easiest way, if you jiggle it up, you can get this rubber mount right off of the bike. Alright, now we got a little more room to work with. So all we got to do is get this pump to slip out of here. It's kind of a pain. So ideally you want to slip it this way so you're not dealing with all the wires and everything. So you just want to kind of get in, get it loosened up, and then you just need to get it over this ridge. It's kind of a pain, but once you get it, it's not too bad. You can always put a little bit of soap or something on there to try to lubricate it. Alright, so there's the pump out. So this pump's no good. And now it's the reverse to get the new pump in. Oh, this pump's actually bad too, but it when you plug it in it works for a little bit, but it's the same thing. So you just work it in, and if you had a little bit of lubrication on there, it would work too. And there's a locator. So you got to make sure that that's lined up with the groove in the plastic. You can kind of see the groove right there. And then you just got to get it over that ridge, but it's usually a little bit easier going back on. All right, so that was pretty easy, other than it's kind of a bit of a pain. And now we slip it back down on the forks that come up. There's the front, set of forks on the back for it too. All right, and now before we get the lines in our way, we'll plug the electrical connector in. Alright, that's plugged in. And now we can slip our fuel lines back on. If you haven't changed your fuel filter, it's a good idea to change that too. Put your clamp back on. Get your other fuel line on. And then get that clamp on as well. And then you can turn your fuel back on. And then you got to put your chrome cover back on and put the screws back in. And then you put the screws in. I'm not going to bother doing that because I'm going to remove the fuel pump completely. But you turn your fuel on. When you turn the key on, you should hear it pulsate again, which is the pump priming the bowl. And then you should be able to fire it up like normal and have fun again. These pumps do fail. I don't have, I have my book with all my information in the house right now, so I'll try to add it in on the video afterwards. But I think I replaced I've put 3 fuel pumps on this bike. I think my first fuel pump I replaced around 65,000 kilometers. And then my second fuel pump, I pulled it off around similar mileage, so the pump itself would have had somewhere between 60 to 70,000 kilometers on it. And so I pulled it off around 120, 130,000 kilometers and put another pump on. This way I had a used spare that would hopefully get me out of a pinch. And then the last pump, it failed around 182,000 kilometers. So that pump failed around 60,000 kilometers as well. And when it failed, I was a long way away from home. I was about 130 kilometers away from St. John's, Newfoundland. So I pulled that pump off and I threw my used spare one, the second pump that I bought for the bike, I threw that on. And it ended up working for about another 1,500 kilometers. And when it failed, I was still about 2,500 kilometers away from home. So I've been planning on doing a fuel pump delete video for a while, and I ended up doing a side of the road fuel pump delete to get myself home. So that's why I'm not gonna put this cover, screw it back on right now, because I'm actually going to permanently delete the fuel pump. So if you need to do a side of the road fuel pump delete, I got a video for that. It's going to be posted around the same time as this. And then I'm going to do another video on doing a permanent fuel pump delete, because there's a few extra steps you got to do. But you can get yourself home if your fuel pump fails. So I got a video on that you can watch on the side of the road or before you go on a trip, just so you're aware of what you got to do to get home. I hope you found that helpful. Don't Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification button. And also check me out on Instagram at Clara Garage. Thanks for watching. Safe travels. Have a great day.